Whitt Jr.'s last throw of the dice to save his job. Another Commanders player lost, but not to injury, this time to suspension. And a big change to the defense that hopefully could unlock some of their potential. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Full Command Show. My name is Grant Mitchell. We are here on trade deadline day to talk about, large in part, the defense. I was hesitating on if I wanted to record a video this morning because didn't want to put news out there, sit down, go through this whole process just to then come back with another video 30 minutes later talking about the Commanders have just traded Daron Payne to the Dolphins for a third-round pick. I don't know what's going to happen, but there's a lot of information that needs to be shared. I might come back with 2, 3, 4 videos today. It really does depend on what happens on this deadline day. A very influential day in figuring out how the rest of this year is going to go. But guys, before we jump into the content of this video, make sure that you guys do hit the like button if you appreciate everything that's been coming to the channel lately. Hit the subscribe button if you are new around here as well. And I'm not going to make you wait any longer. Let's go ahead and let's talk about what I came here to talk about. Number one, Frankie Luvu. He's been suspended. The NFL league office came for him. They counted 1, 2, 3 hip drop tackles that he has been flagged for or he's been found guilty of this season, and it's a 3-strike, you're out policy. The first time they fined him, forget the amount. I think it was something small and small by NFL standards in the 10,000 sort of range. Then they fined him $50,000 for doing it to a Chiefs player. The first one was Michael Penix Jr. Second one was a Chiefs tight end. Can't remember if it was Kelce or Gray. And then we saw him do it to JSN, and the NFL said, that's enough. You are going on the suspended list. Now, watching back this play, it's pretty soft. As far as, does it line up directly with what the definition of a hip drop tackle is? That could be left to interpretation. I'm sure I will have put it up on the screen already at this point. I think this is a reputation call more than anything. And look, Luvu walks that line, and he does make some dirty plays here and there. I'm not going to lie. He's a Commanders player. We're going to defend him, but Luvu does definitely teeter over that line. He was jumping over the line on the tush push in the championship game against the Eagles. He has committed these 2 previous hip drop tackles. He had the play where he hit Jared Goff last year. He walks the line definitely. So in a situation like this where the league is left to make a judgment call, he does not have the benefit of the doubt. Now, the good news for Luvu is he can and he already has appealed this decision. If he wins that, it's not 3 strikes, you're out. It's 2 strikes, and we're waiting on the called third strike. Hopefully, we don't get to that point. If it is upheld, he's not only going to not be able to play this weekend, he's going to lose his game check, which is worth more than $500,000. So quite the escalator from going to a $10,000 fine to a $50,000 fine to essentially a $500,000 fine. So for Luvu's sake, he's definitely going to be hoping that he does win this appeal. Now, I've seen a lot of Commanders fans frustrated, not really just by this decision, but considering how often Jayden Daniels is hip drop tackled. And that part, I totally get the frustration. The issue with it is, with Luvu, if this is upheld, it will have been, hey, you hip drop tackled guys 3 times. We have it right here. With Jayden, it's someone else doing it to him every time. This started last year, the home win against the Eagles, the 5-touchdown game. Reed Blankenship hip dropped the crap out of him in the open field, like full speed, jumped on him, swung his hips through, and then just went for a ride and crashed down on him. That's a lot different from Luvu, who's diving headfirst to make a tackle, gets hit in midair, and hit the JSN's body weight his body weight falls onto JSN. I'm not saying that Luvu, this doesn't represent a portion of a hip drop tackle, but as far as by the book, it's much more reputation based. And again, the refs need to do a better job of enforcing this on the field, first and foremost. And second of all, look, I know this is an NFL league, or a quarterback league, sorry. I know the NFL is a quarterback league, and we protect the quarterbacks with roughing the passer and all of that. If that's how it's going to be, that same rule has to be applied to these hip drop tackles, because Jayden is getting killed out there with these, and fans are rightly frustrated by it. So just wanted to call that out. Whitt Jr. making an attempt to save his job. To be fair, I don't know if this was Witt's decision or idea. I don't know if it was DQ. I don't know if it was AP. But someone made the call. Whitt Jr. will not be in the booth. He will not be in the press box next weekend. He will be down on the field. There have been a lot of people in my comment section calling for this change. I'm not going to lie and act like I have a bunch of insight on this. I don't really know. I don't know where to begin. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if it's silly to think that it will work. I do just know that, when teams try this, it means the journey is over. It means it's not working. But I also know that they didn't really have any choices left. They went from playing nickel on every down to going with more base 4-3. They switched to 3-4. They brought the younger guys on the field. There really are no other cards left for them to play aside from Whitt moving down from the box to the field. Now, what I can say is his play calls theoretically won't be as good for the game if he's not up in the box because he can see it well better from up there. But the obvious response to that is whether his call's been good or not, the defense has been awful. And if the call was good, the defense didn't execute it. If the defense executed, the call was bad. So who really cares about that? Honestly, again, this is the final throw of the dice. We are desperate here. Whitt is desperate. DQ is desperate. The whole team is desperate. What I can say is this should help increase the communication. When the offense is on the field, Whitt hopefully can, it's easier for him to go talk to the players individually, talk to the position coaches, say, hey, this is what went wrong. This is what we need to change. Maybe that improves. Maybe that's what helps this defense get a little bit better. Don't know, but it is worth a shot at the very least. Again, there's no more moves left to play after this, so they have to try something. Speaking of having to try something, Mike Sainristil, second-round pick of a couple of years ago, solid rookie season, got moved outside out of necessity. Everyone expected him to be even better this year, potentially contend for a Pro Bowl or an All-Pro spot back and playing the nickel this year, and it's been anything but. He has had a terrible year. The one good thing I can give him is he is the one member of the secondary that is making positive plays. We have 4 interceptions as a team, right? And he has 3 of them. No, we have 5 interceptions as a team. He has 3 of them. He has 3. Lattimore has 1. Wagner has 1. So I have to give that to Sainristil, but he is targeted a lot. He has given up a lot of catches. He's a frequent mismatch. He's given up a lot of touchdowns. And I think with this Lattimore injury, if you don't know, Lattimore tearing his ACL, I think with this injury, it means that Sainristil kind of has to move back outside. Jonathan Jones could go there, but I think just with where we're at in the season, with everything being forward focused, everything should be about the future. We have to look at this fairly and say, hey, Sainristil was solid outside last year. He has not been good inside since at any point this season. So let's put him back outside. Let's see if we misprofiled him and he is an outside corner moving forward. And Jonathan Jones, yes, you've played outside before, but you're going to take over the nickel. Noah, we might be trying to trade you, but you're going to take over the nickel. I think that's the plan there. Sainristil does have physical limitations outside. Seeing him matched up with Drake London, A.J. Brown, players like that, obviously would be horrible. You would probably ask Trey Amos to travel in situations like that. But this is the thing. He's just not athletic enough. At least he hasn't shown it. He hasn't shown that he has the athleticism to play inside at the NFL level. When you do play outside, the boundary is essentially another defender for you. When you're in the slot, the guy you're guarding can go anywhere. He has license to go up, out, in. He can do anything. When you're on the outside, you can go up, you can go in, you can't go out. So he at least has that going for him. Now, with Sainristil potentially making this move, I would expect the Commanders to stay in a zone-heavy sort of coverage scheme. He's not the best man coverage corner we have, and that's saying something because we don't have great corners. And B, he's a zone coverage guy. That's what he was. That's how he made a killing at Michigan. That's where a lot of his best moments have come from. That's where his interceptions come from. So I would expect Sainristil going outside, zone coverage, and that's what it's going to be moving forward. Speaking of corners, the Commanders did sign ex-Giant cornerback Trey Hawkins to the practice squad. He was a 2023 6th-round draft pick out of Old Dominion University. Same year, same class, same round as Chris Rodriguez Jr. In 20 games, he had 45 tackles, 3 PBUs, 1 INC, played 3 games last year, has not been back out on the field since. Asante Samuel Jr. is also still out there. He was cleared by several top doctors following spinal fusion surgery, which anything with fusion in it, I'm good. That's not for me. Now, the fact that he has been cleared by these doctors, I would assume he's good to go. Doesn't sound like a fun rehab process, and I can only imagine if he's actually back in football shape and they're willing to let him get on the field, he must have attacked this pretty hard. So I don't know if we can sign him. I don't know if it makes sense to based on what his demands would be, but let's get on the phone. Let's get our nose in there. Let's at least investigate this, because this is my final topic of the video here. Again, no idea how many videos I'm actually going to be making today. Depends on what happens at the trade deadline. We have to get as young as possible. We simply do. Now, we've gotten it with Jordan McGee getting out there. Tyler Owens has been out there, and, he has physical potential. He did look totally out of place on that touchdown to Elijah Arroyo, but these are reps. Get them on the field. That means Johnny Newton, hey, if Deron Payne's on this roster after the trade deadline, get Johnny Newton ahead of him, or at least get him on the field with them. Should be an even split with reps. Let's get Kane Medrano out there. Let's get Ale Cajo out there. Again, the difference between us finishing 6-11 and 3-14 makes no difference in terms of the wins. The losses would be better for our draft position. Now, I'm not advocating for losing games. I'm not. But I'm saying the point here is we are not trying to be competitive as possible right now. Every time we step on the field, we are trying to be as competitive as possible next year, the year after that. And these guys, Medrano, Owens, they might be awful. They might be terrible. But Will Harris probably not going to be on this team in 3 years. Bobby Wagner will not be on this team in 3 years. So get the young guys opportunities. Let them go out there, put some film together, and let's truly evaluate what we have. Guys, I'm going to head out of here. Bit of a quicker video. Make sure you go to the comment section. Leave me your thoughts on everything. Again, if you are a new viewer, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed, hit the like button as well. That's the #1 way you can support me. Potentially lots of videos on the way today. I'm also joining some other Commanders YouTubers for a group live stream later tonight. I would assume we'll be talking about the trade deadline and a whole lot more. So I'll see you probably pretty soon, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day.